A Zimbabwean woman has been sentenced to 27 years imprisonment for killing her husband. In May 14, 2018, this woman, identified as Margaret Makaza, was said to have unalived her husband, MacLeod Mapangan, a businessman. Margaret and her husband were said to have been living in Zimbabwe for a very long time. There was no history of violence, fights, no neighbor testified they were having issues. But on that fateful day, Margaret unalived her husband while he was sleeping. So how did she do all these things? This woman utilized her opportunity, or she took advantage of her travel opportunities and smuggled the murder weapon she used in unaliving her husband to Zimbabwe. So she had traveled to UK for a business trip. After the business trip, she flew to South Africa. On arriving at South Africa, this woman bought a 38 Rossi revolver with its serial number erased. She bought it in South Africa. Instead of flying by air, she decided to use road so nobody would check her. She can smuggle the murder weapon freely. That was how she used road from South Africa to Zimbabwe. Arriving there, her husband was said to have returned from work very late and tired. He went to bed. While this man was sleeping, Margaret shot him 3 times with the revolver she bought. She shot him once on the left side of his shoulder, one on the right side of his shoulder, and one directly to the neck. On seeing that the husband was already down, immediately she started screaming for help. She made it look like, oh, armed robbers came to rob them. She created a fake armed robbery scene, started shouting, thief, thief. Immediately, their neighbors ran into their apartments. As they were trying to see if they can revive the husband, this woman took permission that she was going to call an ambulance. Oh, let me quickly get an ambulance. That was how this woman went out with the revolver. Her major aim of leaving at that moment was to discard the murder weapon. She wanted to do away with the revolver and the gloves she wore while shooting her husband, because she wore a glove so they can't get her fingerprints. While she was going to do that, they called the police. On arriving there, the police started questioning her. What exactly happened? This woman started claiming the armed robbers broke into her house, stole $12,000 from their wardrobe, and shot the husband. At that point, the husband was already dead. Police were somehow shocked because the whole scene was not like somewhere armed robbers broke into. You are saying, okay, they did a burglary and house breaking. Windows were intact. The door was intact. Nothing was really scattered. At that point, she knew she had already messed up. She did not arrange anything. She did not make provisions to make everywhere look messy. She just came up with the fastest excuse that could come to her head. So the police said, Madam, what exactly happened to your husband? At that point, she was still cooking up story that, oh, it was armed robbers. They stole our money and they shot my husband. They said, no problem. They took the husband's dead body to the hospital to conduct a postmortem test to find out the reason why he died. On getting there, the postmortem results proved the husband died of traumatic shock. The husband died of traumatic shock, lung and liver ruptures, and multiple gunshot injuries. At that point, she could no longer hide it, so she admitted it that yes, she was the one who shot her husband, because everything was already clear. You were the only person with this man as at the time he died. She opened up that she was the one who did it. She took them to the scene where she had gone to hide the revolver and the gloves. They tested the bullets from the revolver and it matched the bullets from his body. She said her reason for killing her husband was because her husband was always abusing her in the marriage, that he was always beating her. She was going through domestic violence. Did you report to anybody? No. How many persons know this is what you've been going through? Nobody. That was how the matter lasted in court. The husband was buried. Eventually, she was granted bail. After she was granted bail, she flew to UK, stayed there from 2018 till 2024. She came back December 2024 to Zimbabwe thinking that everything had died down. She was rearrested and the matter was reopened. There, they found her guilty and she was sentenced to 27 years imprisonment. She was sentenced to 27 years imprisonment for premeditated murder of her husband. Now, I think the reason why this woman may have even unalived her husband was because of his properties, because this man is said to be very rich. He's a businessman. So probably she unalived him because of his money or because of his property, or probably she had somebody else she was in a relationship with. Maybe she had met another guy and she felt like her husband would be an obstacle to her new relationship or her path. So for her to do everything she wanted to do freely, she needed to take him off the picture. And after killing him, in order for her to cover her track, she created a fake housebreaking scene, like a fake robbery scene, which didn't even make sense. That they broke into your house and they didn't scatter anything. Window was intact, door was intact. Anyway, it's good that the man has gotten justice. The judge described the killing as a deliberate and callous act, that she planned it and unalived this man. It was not as a result of any psychological trauma or any emotional or marital violence she claims she has been going through, since she did not even file any official complaint, or she didn't even report to anybody. That this thing, all the evidence clearly shows you premeditated this killing. You planned it. Your intention from the get-go was to unalive this man. And as a result of that, she was sentenced to 27 years imprisonment. And the reason for the 27 years imprisonment was to reflect the gravity of her offense and the betrayal of trust in her marriage. So currently, she will be serving a jail term, and I pray she serves it well, because some persons are wicked. May so rest in peace. It will even be sad if this man did not even have any child before he ended up dying, because it's not even clear if they had a child. It wasn't stated, it wasn't mentioned if they had a child. So it will be unfortunate if this man died without even having any issues. And it's also sad because this woman may eventually come outside. She may end up getting prerogative of mercy there and come out and then inherit his properties. May so rest in peace. Drop a comment under the comment section. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and give us a follow. Have a great day.